Hello! Yes, I am still living. I'm so sorry, it's been an actual month since I filmed anything. All I have to say for myself is finals. That's about it. Finals. Today I'm going to show you guys the 11 books that I've bought in the last month. Some of these were stress buys, the rest were celebratory buys. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. The first book that I bought was Haunted by Chuck Palahniuk. I bought this book because I have been watching Adrian's series on it over at Strip Cover Lit. I will link his channel in the description below. Check it out. He is a bit conflicted about how he feels with this book, but he told me that it was still worth reading, and so I bought it. So Adrian, you better not be wrong. The second book that I stress bought was Mr. Penubra's 24-Hour Bookstore by Robin Sloan. I honestly, I've seen this around BookTube. I know it's kind of old, but the lady who I bought it from at the bookstore told me that there's some kind of secret message hidden in the cover. I haven't started reading this yet, so I will let you guys know. Basically about a bookstore that this person goes and runs, but it's very eccentric. Only a handful of customers come in and actually buy the books. Interesting kind of concept. I love any books that have to do with bookstores or libraries or anything like that. The rest of the books that I bought were yesterday. I went to a bookstore in my state where all of the books are outside and they're all in these little houses, and it's honestly one of the most fun bookstores I've ever been to. The first one I got from there is The Stranger by Albert Camus. Celia, I remember us talking about potentially buddy reading this, and so that was my main motivating reason for looking for Camus. I've never read anything by him, and I know that the book is about a murder and it takes place in Algeria, and that's it. I ventured to the poetry section and I found Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats by T.S. Eliot. I'm so excited about this. Guys, it's a book of poetry about cats. 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 And I love cats, and it's T.S. Eliot, and I'm probably going to read it in 10 minutes. But it's so worth the $1 that I spent on it. Next, I got a Fyodor Dostoevsky book, and it's Notes from the Underground. I have no idea what this is about, but I opened up the book, and the first line was just so Dostoevsky that I had to get it. It says, "I am a sick man. I am a wicked man. An unattractive man. I think my liver hurts. However, I don't know a fig about my sickness, and I'm not sure what it is that hurts me." So classic Dostoevsky, and after finishing Crime and Punishment, I had to. Let me know if you have read it. I am excited to read it, and I'm also excited that it isn't 9,000 pages, so maybe I can actually finish it in less than 4 months. I got Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. I've never read this book. I'm so familiar with the story, as I'm sure we all are, but I've never actually read the book, and it was $1. $1 for a classic book. Next, I have another classic author with a book that I've never heard of, and it is called Ben Sinister by Vladimir Nabokov. I have still not read Lolita, but I thought maybe I would pick up a book that wasn't Lolita and read that first, because it is a little bit shorter. I don't know what this book is about. It's so old that the back only has the author's biography and nothing about the book. I don't think I'm gonna look it up. I think I'm just gonna give it a go and see if it will be easier for me to read Nabokov. Next, I have The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. I picked up this book and I read the first couple of pages in the bookstore, and it reminded me of Girl Interrupted, and then ergo reminded me of how I put Girl Interrupted in one of my worst books of 2016, which prompted a lot of interesting feedback in the comments. So I'm really interested to see if I will see this book the same or if I will see it different, given that it has lots of similar themes and elements to it. The next book I have is The Swans of Fifth Avenue by Melanie Benjamin. This is a historical fiction novel about the swans of New York, and I don't know what that is, which is really cool. I like learning about New York's history, mostly because I will be moving there soon. It also is about Truman Capote and an affair he had with one of these swans. I like books that fictionalize authors that already write fiction. It's kind of meta. Next book is probably one of my favorites aside from the poems about cats, and it is Keep the Aspidistra Flying by George Orwell. I had no idea that this book existed. It's about a man working in a dodgy London bookshop who tries to write and really struggles and is just trying really hard to stay away from the modern conveniences of British people at the time. And I guess for him that symbolizes having an Aspidistra in your flat, which I think is really funny. It says it basically is a tribute to the stubborn virtues of ordinary people who keep the Aspidistra flying. I just love that so much for God knows what reason, but I'm really excited about this book. The last book that I bought yesterday is The Liars Club by Mary Karr. Apparently this book originally came out in 1955. It is a memoir about the author's life growing up in an East Texas oil village. It recounts her dysfunctional childhood, her alcoholic father, her mother with lots of secrets, her sister who talks like a sheriff and is only 12 years old. All of those things piqued my interest, like through the roof. Haven't read a memoir since The Glass Castle that I really liked, and so hopefully this book will change that. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Soon I will be moving to New York City, so there will be a big channel update, and I'm nervous and excited, so if you guys have any words of advice for packing to move away for the first time by yourself, leave that in the description below. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you guys in another video soon. Bye!